So check this out, people. Let's talk and drive, right? Let's talk and drive. Let's talk AMC and let's talk GME also, right? Now, on the topic of AMC, I want to talk about Feel for Real and owning the flow, right? But first, I want to talk about Feel for Real. I want to talk about Feel for Real because he's one of the original apes, right, from back in the day. He was there pre-squeeze. He was there post-squeeze because AMC already squeezed. They don't want to accept it. They don't want to accept it because they accept it after AMC squeeze. They turned the short squeeze into a MOAS, right? When everyone else was cashing out. Idiots refused to cash out. And so you had Feel for Real fighting for Adam Aaron, fighting for Project Popcorn, fighting for the yes vote to convert AMC, right, into those bullshit ape shares, right, which were then converted back to AMC at huge losses to those who jumped in. Now, mind you, Feel for Real was one of those people who voted yes, who agreed with Adam Aaron, who sided with this whole Project Popcorn nonsense, and who pumped the squeeze, right? He pumped the squeeze. And since 2024, if you go onto his channel right now, you're going to see that the last video he posted on AMC was in 2024, at least ones I could find. You're going to find older videos, but from 2024 up to 2025 and 26. If you're lucky, you find one from 2025, or you'll find some tacky ass song for 2026 about AMC, right? But no real substance like what he used to put out, if you want to call that substance, right? And so now that AMC is at 95 cents today, Saturday, right? March 2026, AMC is at 95 cents. It is not possible for AMC to go to 50 cents. I put in a 50-cent put on AMC. I have a $2 call for the summer, and I have a 50-cent put for a little more into the summer, right? So that if AMC goes up a couple, even if it goes to $1, I'm gonna be in the money, right? Or at least close to it. No big deal. And if it goes down, as it goes down closer and closer to 50 cents, I'm gonna be at the money or in the money also. So I hedge. This is how I do it, right? Because I mean, if I don't buy into AMC now at these prices, right, or at this price, either for it to go up or for it to go down, then I'm stupid, because AMC is either going to go up a couple of dollars or it's going to go down, right? It's a 50% chance, and I trade. I don't always invest, at least not in tacky ass stocks like AMC, right? If I'm going to invest, I'm going to invest into real companies that pay dividends, right? And so I bet everyone out there $20 that within the next few weeks, Feel for Real, just like Owning the Flow came back, promoting or pumping AMC, I bet y'all $20 that Feel for Real and others like him who jumped off the AMC play, right, and stopped being apes, all of these lowlifes, I bet y'all all $20 that they're all going to start coming back, jumping onto AMC, claiming that AMC can only go up from here. So look out for Feel for Real, because he's up next with his new videos coming up, right? In the meantime, he deleted most of his bullshit videos about AMC going to the moon and squeezing and all this bullshit, right? But he still left a few of them up, right? And so these people are always trying to hide the evidence. They want to pretend they were never part of this whole calling for AMC to the moon, right? But now you guys are going to see they're all going to come out like scumbags, right? And so that being said about Phil For Real, and again, look out for his videos coming to a YouTube channel near you very soon. And so going back to Owning the Flow. Owning the Flow, I finally saw his video. I don't know if this is new. I don't know, because I just saw the video today after I posted my video about how, you know, how much respect I have for Mike from Owning the Flow, because, you know, he came out and he explained to people, hey, listen, you know, this is what happened. I don't believe the Moaz is going to happen. He jumped off. He pretty much started making videos trying to make people aware of what was going on, right? Now, when he did that, like everyone else who sold their AMC shares or who were coming to light to the truth, right? They understood all of a sudden that, damn, hold up, maybe I was wrong. And those people who began to come out and make videos and say, listen, guys, I made a mistake, or we're getting played, right? Those people were attacked. They were attacked not by real people. Mike from Owning the Flow was not attacked by real people, unless he was attacked by Marantz and his followers, or unless he was attacked by me. I don't have as many followers as Marantz, and so no one can care less what I think, right? But that's what happens to anyone who speaks against AMC. Again, I say it all the time. A lot of these people who put up negative comments towards anybody who speaks negative against AMC, these people are paid to do that. They are paid to put a hit piece on you, to leave stupid, angry comments, to get you discouraged. And once you speak against AMC, you're going to find out that you have more people against you than for you. You're going to know who your real followers are and who the bots are, right? And so I'm sure Mike from Owning the Flow found that out as he, you know, began to tell the truth to the people. And so the bots came after him. And so this is what I find strange and ridiculous when you say this, Mike, because this, to me, this sounds stupid. It really does sound ridiculous. And you have to be naive to believe this when you say that you received 2 emails from 2 companies asking you to speak negative about AMC. Honestly, and this is with all due respect, who gives a fuck what your opinion is about AMC? Like, what company gets onto YouTube and looks for YouTubers, especially with the amount of followers you have? Now, I'm not being disrespectful because I don't have many followers myself. What I'm saying is, why would any company reach out to a nobody, right, on YouTube who doesn't have many followers and who hasn't been on YouTube in a couple of years, right, asking them to speak negative about AMC? Like, for what? When they got Marantz Rants to do that for them for free. They got people like me to do that for them for free. Like, that doesn't make any sense. They're gonna pay you, a nobody, to talk negative. Bro, people talk shit about AMC all the time. People talk shit about, hell, they talk shit about Sunoco gas stations. I'm just running through names as I see them while I'm driving. People talk shit about Asiagos. Who gives a fuck? Do you honestly think that a company, Mike, is going to reach out to anybody, a nobody, with not even 500,000 subscribers and reach out to them. Hey, I'm going to pay you a nobody on YouTube with less than, I don't know, 50,000 subscribers. And I'm going to offer you some money so you can talk shit about a stock that everyone else is talking shit about, except for the idiots who are claiming that it's going to squeeze. Shout out to you, Phil For Real. I'll see you soon on your next video. So, Mike, that doesn't make any sense to me. And I'm saying this with all due respect because I'm going to tell everybody right now, I agree with Mike on this AMC bet. Everything he says is 100% true. And if he wasn't an ape, if he didn't come on as owning the flow, as one of the guys who at one time was pumping this and then decided that to say, hey, listen, this ain't going to work out for me. This is all bullshit, right? And then he had gotten on with his life, then, hey, more power to you. I'd have 100% respect for him because of that. But after that, to come back on YouTube and stand before an AMC movie theater and point at it, dude, that doesn't make any fucking sense. You're sending out mixed signals, bro. Listen, I agree with you 100%, 100% on display. Everything you said, the way you explained it, right? AMC could only go up. It only went down because everything else is going down due to the price of oil. Common sense says it has to go back up. I agree with you, obviously, as a trader, 100%. I put money into that play to take my money, get my money, spend my money, take my shit and bounce. I'm not with this bullshit. I'm here to trade and bounce, right? I'm not here for no bullshit diamond hand, no ape bullshit, no monkey nonsense. Give me my money and let me do what I want to do with it. And so I agree 100% with Mike at owning the flow. And whether or not his boy Marantz thinks he's a piece of shit because of it, hey, maybe he's right. One thing, though, I have to say about Mike from owning the float, the guy has gotten a lot of heat before this. He got heat during that whole, thing when he came out about Adam Aaron betraying the apes. He got hate from that. He got hate when he sold and bounced, and now he's getting hate when he's coming back. But throughout the whole time, this freaking guy holds himself with such class. I've never seen anything like that, and I could only have respect for a man like that, like Mike, because I've come at the guy before. I've made videos about him. I've called him a piece of shit. And listening to Marantz rants, he's starting to sound a little too much like me. If you're watching this video, Marantz, stop biting, bro. You're talking about gassing up, talking about pissing me off, talking about, dude, you're sounding a little too close to Tanko Native. All right? So anyway, even the word piece of shit, which I use all the time, Marantz took it upon himself to take it. I think what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to copyright these words or the way I talk, not against everyone, but against Marantz himself, so he could stop trying to be like me, stop trying to bite. Okay. So all I can say is that, I can only respect Mike from owning the float because you gotta have a level of class. You really do. To hold yourself up the way this dude holds himself up, the way he talks, the way he could care less, give a fuck about what anybody thinks or says. He holds himself up and speaks in the same tone to the haters in the same way he talks to those who don't hate. And trust me, anybody who watches me, they know how I talk. And I wish I was more like Mike from owning the flow than I am the way I am. So I respect that about the guy. And yeah, I get it. I understand 100% on those who are, leaving angry comments on him like he gives a fuck, or on anyone else, right? Because it's ridiculous, right? How personal people take it when you spend your money the way you want to spend the shit out of it. Like, who gives a fuck how I want to spend my money. If I want to wipe my ass, right, with a $100 bill or $100 bill, flush it down the toilet or wash it or recycle it, that's up to me to do. Can't nobody say nothing. Tell me how to handle my money. And to think that there are people on YouTube who take it personal when people sell their AMC shares or their GME shares. Who gives a fuck, bro? Why is it anybody's concern? No one ever asks this question. No one who follows these YouTubers ever asks the question, why is it so important for people to insist that others not sell their shares of anything? And if they do, they're going to be ostracized. They're going to be disrespected. They don't want nothing to do with them. Who is behind all of this? Bro, I can tell you 100% who's behind it. I say it all the time. The same people who call you to tell you your social security number has been stolen. The same people who call you about your extended car warranty. The same people who call you about your electric company. The same people who call about the roofing needed for the repairs in your home. And they all come from Kolkata, Delhi, in India, right? With their Indian accent, pretending to be Americans. And it's so obvious, right? Those are the same people behind the bots who attack anyone who speaks against AMC or GME. Anyone who speaks against these scumbags on YouTube talking about these things. So it's funny to me when Mike, right, from Owning the Flow, is talking about that two companies reached out to him, telling him to speak negatively about AMC as if though, bro, there aren't enough people. I mean, is it really that serious? Is it really that serious, Mike, right? That anybody, any company in their right mind could care less who you and I invest our money into. Do you honestly think that there are companies out there saying, man, these guys are talking about AMC? AMC needs to die. Let me reach out to Mike from Owning the Float. Out of all the hundreds of thousands of people who have channels who've already made millions, like the Review Doc, like Short the Vix, TMI, Trace, like all these Mac Cores, like all these other guys who are out there, who are pumpers, and like Thomas James and all these other people, right, who do it for free. I would think they do it for free. I would think, right? Because I would understand if people would get paid for talking positive about anything, right? I could understand if someone wants to pay you for advertising their Ivory soap because they love how soft it is. You're going to get paid for that. But why would they pay you to say that you don't like it when they don't have to pay you if you just don't talk about it? Just think about it. With everything negative that's happened with AMC, do you honestly think that AMC needs YouTubers to talk shit about it, to shit on it, so that companies or people out there can know that that's not an investable company? It's just ridiculous. So it kills me when YouTubers have to exaggerate. I always say how YouTubers always exaggerate their channels. They want you to believe that they live better than you, that they have more than you, that they have more connections than you, that they're in deeper than you, right? And so with all due respect, Mike, I don't believe that whole nonsense about companies reaching out to you, two companies. Listen, could two nobodies have reached out to you and say, hey, why don't you speak negatively about AMC? Possibly. But dude, honestly, does anybody really got to get paid to talk shit about anything? With all this shit people are talking about AMC today, All they got to do is reach out to Marantz and give him a freaking one of those gift certificates to freaking GameStop. And he was shit on AMC for free. Anyway, people, it's ridiculous. It's hard to gain respect and to hold on to respect for a lot of these people, It really is. I wouldn't have come back making excuses talking about, hey, I could have talked shit about AMC because they offering to pay me. But instead, I'm here saying that I'm coming back because I believe it's going up instead. Bro, that to me, that just sounds like a bullshit excuse. That just sounds like a bullshit excuse. Oh, look, they asked me to pay. They wanted to pay me, but I said no. I'd rather just pump AMC instead. Ah, come on, bro. That's fucking ridiculous. Because I would have gone on YouTube, talk shit about AMC, and still made the play behind everybody's back. You know why? Because ain't nobody's business where I put my money, how I trade, or when I trade, or what I trade into, when or when I don't take my money out of a stock. So I would have gone on YouTube, shit on AMC, and still bet that it would go up a couple of dollars, gotten my money cashed out of that bullshit stock, that bullshit company that's going nowhere. That does not mean that we can't play the game and get paid like everybody else did. So thank you people for watching. Have a good day and have a good night. And even though I said all this shit about you, Mike, I agree with you 100%. Fuck that. Fuck what anybody thinks. It's your money. You're the one making it. You're the one who's going to lose it. I agree with you 100%. The reason why AMC has dropped, just like all the other stocks, is because of what's going on with the war on oil. This is why I'm in oil. I don't hold to the moon. I get my money and I bounce. Just like you said these apes need to do. Peace.